Sidetrack Sunday.
Welcome to Sidetrack Sunday.
I wanted to show you my school project.
I wanted to show you my school project
That my dad helps me with.
that my dad helped me with.
Tell them what that is.
Over here is an iceberg.
What is the diorama?
It's the it's the Arctic habitat.
Habitat, right.
There's an iceberg here. Dang it. An owl, the penguin, bunny, moose, polar bears, igloo, and
flip it down. Down here.
There's more iceberg with the seal, and then the whales coming out of the water, and the walrus.
What is the icebergs made of? Is that right? Tell them.
The icebergs are made of styrofoam covered in fake snow.
Covered in snow, right? Mm-hmm. All right. And we colored it blue because that's what?
Because that's the ocean color.
The color of the ocean. And then what's all this stuff up here?
Cotton.
Up there. Cotton. We know it as polyfill. And why did we put it up there?
Clouds.
For clouds. And we put some around, they can't see it, but around the bottom here, we put it in to make it look like snow around the diorama. And what is this over here?
An iceberg.
Right. What is it made of?
Ice. It's an ice glacier.
Yes, but what is the actual material that we used?
Paper.
Paper. From where?
Shoebox.
From the shoebox. It's tissue paper that we covered white, that we colored white with white paint, and then we sprinkled snow dust. Fake snow on top of it. And then this is a styrofoam ball that we cut in half, and then we cut a little opening. And this project is for what class? What class is this for? Your science? No?
It's science.
Right, it's for your science class, your science project, right? Yep, right. But what subject is it for?
Science.
Okay, gotcha. And which animal in here is the focus of your diorama?
The penguin.
The penguin. And we're not going to go into it, but we got a whole explanation about the Arctic, what is it?
Habitat.
The Arctic habitat and how the penguin fits into the Arctic habitat with all the other animals, including what they eat, how they live, all that jazz, right? Right. Anything else that you want to explain? Okay. So turn back over here and say, "Here comes Rita." Say, "Here comes Rita."
Here comes Rita.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, you can go. 4 minutes. That's all it took. 3, 2, 1. All right. And we are back. Thank you, Mackenzie, so much for coming down and sharing your project with us. It was amazing. I was glad I was able to help you with it. I promise you, I didn't do a lot of it. She did a lot of the gluing, a lot of the painting, all of the painting. We went shopping and she picked out all of the materials and animals that we used. Not too many penguins at the North Pole. Actually, there are no penguins at the North Pole. The penguins, all penguins, are only found in the southern hemisphere around the pole. So your countries like South Africa, Antarctica, places like that. There are no penguins up north. Oh, now you want to be on camera. I can't tell you how many hours it took me to get her to agree to sit here for those 4 minutes. And all she kept saying was, "I don't want to be on camera. I don't want to be on camera." And now that it's time to go to bed, all she wants to do is come over here and sit on camera.
No, I just don't want to go back.
All right, well, take your project with you. It can't sit down here. So head back upstairs.
No.
Kenzie,
Fine.
excuse me just a minute. Good night, sweetheart. Oh, wait, we need hugs and kisses before Dad goes, before you go to bed. Okay, good night. Love you. Mwah. See you. Say bye to everyone.
Bye.
Bye. All right, I see. No, I swear I did not do a lot of it. I know I'm missing a lot of comments. I didn't go back and I didn't get a chance to flag everything. I see everybody is chatting. Tina says, "Hi, Princess." Great job, Mackenzie. Thank you, John. Just scrolling here through. That's so realistic. She did a great job. The idea was completely hers. She was able to, she got the concept from one that was done in previous years that the teacher shared with us. So she kind of wanted to do the same thing, but we changed it up a little bit and made things different. TB Tech saying the diorama is fantastic. That's awesome. I'm glad you guys loved it. Rail Artist says outstanding. Just reading the job. You guys did an awesome job. Thank you, Jerry. Do I hear the theme from Happy Feet? You know, the entire time that I was building that or helping her build that, that's what I was thinking was Happy Feet. That was so awesome. That just stayed in my mind. And no, I didn't do a lot with it. Rick's replacement. That's right, Ray. I got my own replacement, and strangely enough, it's also my daughter. So you and I have that in common. I think she would do very well with it. She jazz seeing all the comments. Yeah, she was actually sitting down here before the show started, and she was reading your comments while I was actually upstairs folding some laundry. So she came up and she was all excited that everybody was talking about it, or everybody was talking in chat. If you want, I have a few hundred pictures of Antarctica penguins and icebergs. Yeah, we were doing a lot of research online, on Google, different places, National Geographic, Nat Geo's website. Also, we were talking with Alexa extensively and getting some information from her, although I don't know how much of that is believable. Tina saying good night. I think I'm almost caught up here. Get some pointers from Mackenzie for the kit builds. Yes, Tom, she could definitely get some pointers or give me some pointers. She did quite an awesome job. I was just standing by telling her where to put the glue, where to put the paint, how to do different techniques, this and that. But yeah, the concept and all was hers. I appreciate it. Again, John, Tom's over there checking in from Rumble. We are live over on Rumble as well. So yeah, I think we're caught up here. John saying she did a great job. She did excellent. Awesome. Get her to do scenery on the future layout. Absolutely. I did actually have her do some ballasting on the last layout. So she did do some of that. Mr. Replacements diorama. We're not too far into it. Scroll back like 10 minutes. My daughter opened up the show. Check it out. It was awesome. Awesome stuff. All right. So where are we going from here? I am going to finish up I'm not finishing up, but we're going to continue on the diorama that we started. It's actually not a diorama. It's the building. It's the wood kit, Kitbash of the FOS scale models building that we've been doing. But before we do that, let's jump over to the participants list. I forgot to do the hellos. They need to pop up here also. So that'll start in a few minutes. But while we're doing that, Let's jump over here to the participants list and see who's all here. This should be updated hopefully by now. Anthony Dodge, the model train outsider, is in the house. Hello, Opa Dodge. Of course, I am here. Happy Valley Hobbies is in the house. Joe Rader is checking in. John Benicki is here. Lynn McCurdy is here. Lynn was actually the first one in this afternoon. Thank you, Lynn. You get the cookie. Nissy J is in the house. Welcome. Deep Run Mike just popped up on the list. I saw that. Let's see. Rail Artist, we said. Ray Bertelson is here. Santa Fe Bob is here. Got a great email from Santa Fe Bob. I'll tell you about that in a minute. John, too, from the Schuylkill River Valley is here. John Knopfel popped in. I just saw that. Someone else just popped in and I missed that. Ron Moen, awesome. Scott Johnson is here. Thank you, buddy, for stopping in. Appreciate it. Sparky 107 is in the house. Tom Grassi is here. Tina A is here. Wigwag Workshop bringing up the bottom of the list as always. Thank you for stopping in, bud. Ohio Steam and Steel, I just saw pop in up there. Something else just popped. Let's see. Kyle Stevens here in the house. Welcome. Dave BNSF N Scale is here. Happy to have you, buddy. Thank you for stopping in. As far as I can tell, I think I got everyone unless it changes. Let's go back over to the main cam. So, okay, and there's the hellos going by. We might have missed a couple while we were on the other screen, but you'll see them pop up as you guys do your chats. So I got an email from Bob, which I think was a great milestone. Bob, I hope you don't mind if I read this out, if I can find it here. Did I keep it up? Yes. So Bob sent me an email. Bob sends me an email, a very motivational email every time before my show. It really gets me kicked into gear. Love it, buddy. Thank you so much. Bob writes, looking forward to your first STS of 2024. Yes, this will be my first show, the third Sunday in January of 2024. Happy New Year to everyone. Welcome to the new year. That's all me. Bob said, looking forward to the show. Bob continues on and says, I'm sure that you'll do a great show as always. Your show, this is the most important. He says, your show is number 199 and Ray will be 200 next week. I will be handing off the baton to the next round of a new century of shows. So unbeknownst to me, I think John J2 brought it up a little while ago, but I had forgotten until Bob brought it up. But yes, today apparently is our 199th show. And next week, we're going into the second century of STS videos. So great milestone for us coming up this month. It should be absolutely awesome. We're going to continue to pump these live streams out as long as you guys continue to watch. So that should be great. It's been great so far. I'm glad to be a part of the team. Couldn't ask for a better group of guys and gal on Sundays. As cold as it is up there, I figured everyone was just keeping their chestnuts warm. Yeah, it's chilly. It certainly is. I think it's still 27 degrees up here somewhere. Got still snow on the ground. We got a little bit that actually melted, which was fun, but now everything's a little icy. Happy Valley Hobbies says it's just delayed. Should be there before the bridge is finished. Nice. How the heck did we hit 199? I have no idea, but it has been fun. It certainly has. There you go. DB Tech says it was 19 today. I'm not too far from DB Tech. So yeah, definitely has. Hey, Michael McCarville's in the house. Hey, good to see you, buddy. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. Michael, I do go back and I watch a lot of your videos. I don't get to catch a lot of your live streams, But I get a lot of my wood building tips from you. So thank you so much. I very do much appreciate all of your tips. Keep up the good work. I'm following right behind you, buddy. Right behind you. John Benicki said it hit 13 where he was. Wow, that's a bit cold. Not melting here yet. Need a few days. Well, we'll see. Hopefully it gets a little warmer. Chat seems to be moving past me on the screen here. There you go. Kyle gets a little chilly on us. Anthony says he hit 200. That's awesome. That's awesome. Or he's hitting 200 this coming Friday. That's great. So we're right in line. Although you do more of your own live streams than we do. Well, no, it's still once a week. As the STS crew. So all right, well, let's jump over here to the desk and we'll see. I'll show you what I did. Got something really cool. We did fix that little snafu that we had last time we were here, which was back in November. November was the last time that we were on this build. Sorry, I'm just trying to mute my computer here because it's making all kinds of noises on me. Yeah, November was the last time we did this build. Let's jump back over to the desk. All right. So I did, and I'm going to have to make some more adjustments. I've been playing around with the lights in here, and I can already see there's a problem because it's blurring out my green screen, and I'm a little whitewashed. So I got to do some adjustments somehow. The problem I had was I do have a ring light up here above the camera, but every time I showed something down here, if it had like a glossy, actually, that might help. I had Alexa turn the video on. Turn the video on. Turn the overhead light on, which is going to cast a shadow. All right. Well, I got to play with the lights a little bit. But the ring light that I have here, every time I showed something shiny, you guys would only see the glare. So I had to change that by putting in an extra lights on the sides rather than above, which is now giving me a white cast. So I got to play with that a little bit. Thank you, Lynn. Yeah, it's not a problem seeing me. I get a little, like I said, a little whitewash from the one light that I put in. But the best part is you no longer get the glare here, which is awesome. Hang on a second. All right. So here's what we did. So I got some stuff here that I was playing with where we left off. So the building is together. If you remember, let me get the zoom in on here and I'll show you a little bit better. Just got to get my screen right here. Zoom in. There we go. All right. So if you remember the last time that we were here, we had a problem with the doors. Remember the doors wouldn't fit in the window. Possum Bayou, welcome. Thank you for stopping in, bud. And it turns out that there was trim that needed to be put inside in order for the door to fit, which was not explained in the instruction, but it was in the picture. I was originally thinking that the trim was on the outside of the opening, and it turned out it was on the inside. So we fixed that. We got the trim put in, and then the doors fit. You could see I glued the one in straight, and the one is kind of angled there. I also got the two windows glued in. This one is also kind of at an angle. The building is now together. I'm not sure if I had that together the last time that we were here, but it is now. Also, I got the back. Oh, I know it wasn't because I got the back wall put on. The really cool thing. Come on. You made it a long building instead of a short building, and you were thinking about how to do the roof. Yes. So I think I figured out the roof. We're gonna do the we'll get to the roof, definitely. Um for a split second, my brain made the Alamo. Hey, it might work as that. You never know. It could be. Could be. I'm hoping that this thing lives on the shelf layout once the shelf layout gets built. You could have fixed the glare by getting rid of the shiny ornaments. Um, what shiny ornaments? The problem isn't. I don't know if you're talking about the thing here, but the problem here. I'll give you an example. So here's a Walther's train car, and that's the problem that I was having. Right. So now if I turn off that, then the glare mostly goes away. Actually, I put the overhead light on, and that's why you're still getting the glare. But if I turn that yellow light is the overhead light. If I turn that off, then the glare completely goes away. But it was that light above that was giving me the problem. So that's the only problem. That's the only thing I had to fix. Um, moving back on. All right. So I wanted, even though this building is going to sit on the layout and probably have its back up to a wall. I didn't want to just have a flat back like this basswood here. So I wanted to do something fancy, or what I thought was fancy. Turn off your Christmas lights. I don't have any Christmas lights down here. Um, so I wanted to do something fancy. So I've seen this done in other videos. And as you guys saw from the thumbnail, this is what I created. So this is the basswood in the background that has been dyed or stained from that stuff that I just bought. And here we go with the glare again. This is the Hunter Line weather mix, and I used the raw umber. So I stained the back of that. So that is the board. It's actually this board. It's a piece of this board. And then I sat here the other day and painstakingly chopped up some of the I'm not sure exactly where it is, but I have a bunch of it that I purchased at the last train show. I believe this is 1/16 trim that I got. And painstakingly went through and made this kind of little design. I personally I love it. I really do. I think it looks great. I think it's gonna fit well. Of course, I'll weather it a little bit. Maybe not as dark as the backboard there. But I've always loved this kind of trestle look. It's always, you see it in bridges all the time, and you see it in buildings that are being built, like stud work kind of thing. But I have seen it on just the back of some buildings to give it, just a different style look. PKW Model Works, welcome in. So yeah, that's what I went with. So I love it. I think it's great. I had to do a little fancy cuts on some of the angles, but that worked. I did go and put some extra bracing on the back, although I realize now that I don't really need all this, that going that way. What I should have done instead for the roof was just put pieces along the ridge line in both directions, and then that would have sat well. You'll see in a moment, I am going to have to add something here in the middle where there isn't one. When this angle changes here, you get a little bit of a sag. So that needs to change. I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. So these two pieces, I got to flip the building around because that's the way I cut them. These pieces were the original pieces that came with the two kits. If you remember on the kit, this is a sidewall. This is the opposite sidewall. So it would be over, this being the sidewall, this being the opposite sidewall, which would be over here. This is actually the back wall. And then this front wall would be here. So that's actually the building as it would exist normally. So these were the roof pieces, and the way that they originally came, they were designed or cut so that they overhang the building. So they would have kind of looked a little bit like that, where there was some overhang. And then you would have, however you would have done your building, whether it was a paper roof, tar roof, or whatever. But I didn't want that. So what I did is I cut them down. I had to cut a bit off of almost every side. And then what I'm going to do is have mine sit in here like that. And I'm still going to do the tar paper roof. But here's what I was talking about not having that brace right there. So this actually goes boop and sags down. So I'm going to have to put something in there so that doesn't happen. But I can still move forward and do some gluing of that in place. So that's the one part. Think you need the bracing. Yeah, on the back in the middle to prevent. Yep. Oh, you're talking about here for it to warp. Yeah. I was thinking the same thing, but then when I did the staining of this piece, it didn't warp at all. I don't know if it's because it's a different wood than what the clapboard is, or it is the actual same size as the clapboard, but as you guys know, the clapboard has all these lines that are cut into it. I'm guessing with like a saw of some sort. When they're formed. So I don't know if the warping happens on the clapboard because of that, but it did not happen on the back. So originally I was just thinking I needed that there because I had it here because that's going to settle the roof. When in what I really just needed was a piece that went on the top up there to hold the roof up. But yeah, you're right. Anytime you've got a long span of wood like that and you're staining it, it's always good to have the bracing there. Also, the front of the front building being two separate pieces of wood, I did need two pieces of bracing on each to glue those together. I did not need that in the back, although I did put it there. Yeah, I exactly. I overthink almost everything. To me, it seems like it needs to be more structural when really it just needs to be artistic. And brain just keeps going that way. Roof and floor should keep a square. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not worried about square. This thing is actually very square, just the way it is. I mean, I'm not going to put a right angle on it or anything, but yeah, there's no warping or anything to it, and there's very little. There is a little wiggle, but not much. I feel like if I move that anymore, it's going to snap. So I'm going to say that's pretty solid. Not really worried about that. But I did mark up here which top was top and which way went towards that wall and towards that wall. So I did use the original, and this is just cardboard that they cut. They cut a relief in so that you could bend it for that angle. So this is this side, and that's that side. And the only thing that I did have to cut is the center piece here. And now I did not mark this, so I'm not sure exactly which way goes where. Looks like that's it. So that's going to sit like that. That's going to be the roof. And then I'm going to tar paper that. And I'm just going to do that with some construction paper. Is that going to be my train shed? It could. I don't know. I mean, unless you're doing, it is HO scale, but I don't think a locomotive is going to fit in there. You might want to use it for a maintenance shed. Could be. We could definitely talk about that, Sparky. We can make some sort of arrangement. Absolutely. I don't mind giving away, things that I have made. I like to see the things on other people's layouts. This way, it always reminds you of me. So what I'm going to do is find my, I think the kids stole my ruler. Oh, nope, there it is. It got shoved in a corner. All right. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to tar paper these, but not while it's in the roof. So I'm going to pop these out, and I think I'm going to tar paper them separately, and I'm going to start at the ends because I want the paper to overlap going towards the center. And then once we get to the center, we can then make, one piece in the middle so that, when it rains, the water's got to go. So I don't know. Again, just me overthinking it. Yep, little wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Sheds. Oh, Sparky. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Sheds look like it came out well. So you were talking about your train shed, not like a train shed on a railroad. So you're saying this should be Sparky's train shed. We could do that too. Certainly, I have been trying to think of a name or a purpose for this building. So you're saying that this would represent the building in your backyard? Is that what I'm thinking? Yes, your model train shed. All right, all right. Let's say for now we're going to float that way and see how this works out. But I like the idea. I like your thinking. I like your thinking. Something new going on with my beard. Kind of, sort of. For a while, I was just getting lazy. Up until Christmas. So this was kind of growing. You guys saw that this was growing, and then come Christmas Day, I was told I needed to look presentable. So I had to shave my head down, and I just gave a little trim to the beard, and that's about all I've done. I kept a little bit down here, about that much. So it's not new. It's just really being lazy. I don't feel like shaving, but I think it really looks good. I kind of like it. Not sure which one is my good side, but I'm ready for the camera. Mini print trains layouts for the inside. I do have one that came in my mini print of the month. So yeah, look, Happy Valley Hobbies it's got the same idea. Am I gonna build? Oh, see, you guys are giving me good ideas. That's what I saw, the little nub at the bottom. Yeah, yeah. Hey, you know what? I could actually Lynn, I could make it look like you. Look, if I take the sides, I could spin these out. Look, this is my impression of Lynn McCurdy. I need to get a white piece of paper here so you guys can see. Look, I'm Lynn McCurdy. I often sit while I'm working or thinking or whatever. And that's kind of what I do. I spin these guys out, and that's my my fidget for when I'm thinking. He's trying to become Jason with the beard. Yeah. Lynn says we could be twins. Yeah, hey, why not? I also, Lynn, learn a lot from your models. You're constantly giving me awesome advice as well. So yeah, we could be twins, rolling on the floor laughing. Yep. All right. So before time gets away from me, it's already 8:30. Let me get started here. Here's the way that I do my paper. I don't know. I don't really do it to scale. I kind of just put this on my cutting board, and I just do 1/2-inch blocks. So I just line this thing up with whatever edges over there, and do my best to try and keep these straight. And I think I have enough to complete this building. And if not, um, I have many, many more sheets. So I'm just going to cut a few. As best I can. Always a good idea to have a new blade. This one is fairly new. We'll just say fairly new. It's not new. It was new when I used it on that certain diorama that you guys saw earlier. And just to give you guys an idea, we started that diorama around 10 o'clock this morning. So it literally took almost all day. Looks like Spanish moss growing on a tree. Well, hey, it's in the right place, right? So yeah, in between waiting for paint to dry and glue to dry, and fixing some small mistakes, that was literally an all day project. Little lemonade in the glass. Didn't feel like cracking open a cold one today. Actually, it's probably better off that I don't, because tomorrow, somehow or another, I'm always getting talked into flying to even colder places in the winter. Don't ask me why, but my company likes to send me to Chicago at the coldest part of the year. So tomorrow around 11 o'clock, I will be on a plane. Hopefully, if it's not delayed, I heard today was a bunch of delays. Um, Heading to Chicago, meeting up with my partner over there, and we've got a couple PCs to install, and I should be home on Thursday. So, hoping for good weather and safe travels. What paper is that? That's a very good question. It's nothing fancy. It is regular old construction paper. This happens to be True Ray construction paper. That's all. I think I got this. I might have gotten this at Hobby Lobby. Is it Hobby Lobby? Yeah, the tag right there says Hobby Lobby. It was $1.99 when I got it, and it is 50 sheets. So I should be able to do hundreds, if not thousands, of tar paper roofs. So I know Amherst is the other way. I really, if it wasn't for this project, I would certainly be there. I was planning on it. It was on my calendar. I even told my wife I was trying to get her to plan around the weekend, taking the kids so that they could actually go with me. But this project came up, and it just didn't work that way. So yeah, very, very sad. Unfortunately, I will not be making it to Amherst, and I've been wanting to at least for the last 3 years. Um, it was new when you first used it. Yeah, yeah. I need to get a new set of number 11s after the retaining wall basically killed the ones I have. Yeah, you're talking about the blades. Yes, about 90 miles west of me. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm not going to Antarctica. No. I don't need to see the penguins. Tomorrow I take a trip to the lumber yard, buy a new saw blade and a bunch of 1x4s. Awesome. Sounds like you got a cool project coming up. I can't make Amherst, but I'm seriously looking into the meet and greet in May. That would be cool. That would be cool. The meet and greet in May will be awesome. Don't forget that Ray is also doing a meet and greet in, I think, February for the Timonium show. So I will be going to that one. And then of course Ray does the big one in October, which I will hopefully be attending there also. But knowing my company, I'll probably be traveling in February. Who knows? Never know. I have actually been dying to get into my. We have a facility in right outside of Los Angeles. And I have not been there since pre-COVID, or sorry, pre-showstopper. So I definitely have to get back out there to get some things done. All right, I think I'm going to go that way. All right, this is very easy. We're just going to spread on some glue. I'm using Aleene's tacky glue and just a little spreader, coffee stir kind of thing. We're going to go this way, and then we're going to go that way. Just enough. Look at that. Awesome. Put that over there so it doesn't stick to my board. Boxcar Jerry says he's not sad about not going. Sounds like a fun trip. Where's Lynn going? I just came back from Antarctica. Oh yeah, that's right. You had you guys did, it was a cruise, right? Around Antarctica? Yeah. Yeah. Did you see penguins? I heard they're down there. Ray Pobo, the fake one. Hope you make it to the M&G in May. Hope so too. Supposed to be warming up here in the Midwest, but we're looking at freezing rain tomorrow. That sounds terrible. Ooh, I'm a little behind. Tomorrow I'm going to the ship factory. If that question was for me, I'm hoping to. As a matter of fact, we should probably talk, Joe, because I want to see if I can make it over to your place. I've been down to Ray's at least 3 or 4 times now, and my understanding is you're very close, and I want to see if I can make it over to your place. That's on my bucket list, Joe. I'm like 45 minutes away from downtown LA. Really? Okay, so when I do travel to LA, I usually stay over in Downey. And we usually, well, not usually, the one time we did make a trip over to Disneyland, which is only about 45 minutes away. So, Lynn, I didn't realize that you were that close to downtown LA. Maybe we can hook up and get together. Meet and greet in May will be at the Jim Thorpe Railroad. And we'll be chartering a train for the full day. Awesome. I can do Jim Thorpe. Hey, I heard that there's very good paintball place up in Jim Thorpe. Maybe we can get 2 teams together and rock out some paintballs. I know it's not train related, but there's a couple of you out there that I would lovingly, and I say lovingly, love to shoot you with some paintballs. Oh yeah, we could do some real fanning up there. Yeah, I like it. Just emailed you some pictures. Awesome. I will take a look at those. I don't have it set up that I can share it up here, but I'll take a look at those a little bit later. All right. So before my glue dries on me, let's do this. So I did make this oversized on the sides because I can always cut that off later. And if you guys forgot, because I did, I already screwed up. And who can tell me how? I live in the northeast corner of Los Angeles County. Awesome. What do you guys do after you get together? Oh, I would love to. Lovingly, he says. Yes, lovingly. Yes. Each shot is sent with love. He could dress his trees, shoot paintballs. No one would see us. Yeah, you know it. I would certainly sport that. You opened your mouth. No, I already said it in the beginning of how to do this and completely screwed it up. You're supposed to start from this end and go that way, and that end and go that way and meet in the middle. And guess what I did? I started in the wrong direction and started in the middle. Right. Dave BNSF got it right. Aren't you supposed to start at the bottom and work your way up? Yeah, look at that. Now you got it. LOL. Start at the bottom. You guys all got it. All right. Yeah. I'm freezing the paintballs all night. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Oh man. All right. So before I start over, peel this off before it gets too stuck. I want to label this bottom and go that way. And I'm going to label this bottom and go that way. I also want to, because I'm flipping it. So this was the top, which went towards the back. So I'm going to do this and say, okay, this, if I'm looking at it from the bottom, then this is the front. Okay, and this is the front. And just so I don't forget, I'm going to put an F on there. So when this flips over, that becomes the front. Because Lord knows, once I cover that up, I'm not going to know which way from what goes where. All right, let's start over with some glue. Put it on the right side. Jeez. Talk about your mistakes. Look, I was about to do that and not even cover it. Now, I'm not saying that I would be able to. I don't know if I can, but do we have anyone in the Chicago area roundabouts that might be able to make a pit stop to go see? Does anybody know? And now I got to remember to go from this side towards the center. Oh, I didn't get to I forgot to mention, let me post up some channels here. I forgot to mention when I was doing the participants list, there's guys on that list who are in blue. Those are my moderators. Those are the awesome guys who take care of chat and make sure that you guys are behaving well and keep me in line. Some of those guys are the STS crew members. I'll pop up their channels here in chat. Make sure you guys, if you're not subscribed to them, go check them out. Give them your love. Watch some videos. Yeah. Check out the crew. Check out the crew. I miss anything in chat? Rick, I wonder if you got my email. Nathan, I did get your email. I forgot to I did get to reply. I forgot to reply. I can't remember the details at the moment, but I believe that you were having an open house at your place. I will get back to you. I'm not 100% sure if I can make it. But I'll definitely write you back and I'll confirm that just so that we have that all settled. I dropped my blue wrench down the street sewer, never found it again. You, sir, I'll make you a moderator. It happens. It happens. All right, so we're going from that end that way and this end that way. So we're going to do this all in one shot. I'm just going to line this one up with this edge because this has to drop in to the roof. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I can always cut it off later because I got to cut off those ends. So normally I would glue down this edge to there, but this time I'm not going to. So I'm just going to go about halfway up to leave it like that. And I'm going to let that sit a little proud like that. And I'm just going to continue on and do the whole thing. And this is my way of doing a tar paper roof. And I think I explained before, you actually see it if I do it the other way. If any glue oozes out, it's okay because it looks like it looks like tar. It gets a little shiny, and it looks like tar when it comes out. So can't really make a mistake with it. You know what just popped into my head? And I don't know why, but I did see in the very beginning. Hey, Russ. Oh, Randall just popped in too. I saw Scott Johnson popped in. And I saw Nisi in the chat. I saw a message from her, but I didn't see her on the participants list. And I think I forgot to say hello to her. So let me take a moment to say hello, partner. Miss you much. Haven't forgotten about you. But I did click into my head that you were not there. Okay, so I'm going to stop short on here because when I put this in place, I'm going to need to overlap from there to there. So now I need to start on this end here. And get to the other side. Just like the chicken, got to get to the other side. That's the goal. Always a cool demo and lesson. Well, thank you. I do hope that someone somewhere gets something. I guess it would help if you guys were actually like zoomed in and could see what I'm doing. So yeah, very, very simple technique. And I think it looks so realistic. And again, you could, I don't know if you could see it, but like a professional roofer would probably have these lined up correctly. But you could see mine are slightly cockeyed. I'm not doing this, exactly, 90 degree on everything. And partly because I don't care. But also partly because, over time things shift and things move and things are not perfect. Things are not perfect. All right, so we're going to stop there. I'm going to give this a moment to dry because I can't put these in there just yet because I still need to cut that off. And I'm not going to be able to run a knife through that while that's still wet because then everything will go cockeyed. But I think what I am going to do is put a little more glue on here because this is pretty much dried up. Well, this is what I love. Grandpa Rails, welcome. I learned which way not to start. Well, I'll tell you what, if that's all that you learned, that is a very important lesson to have learned. So if that's all that I have shown you, I've done my job. All right. Just spreading some glue there off of the camera. Hey, welcome in. Where's he at? Right there, saying hello. Good to have you here, Heath. Nice to see you. Okay. I am going to put some glue over here because it looks like the end of that dried out. So we'll just put a piece there. And the funny thing is, I'm going to glue this. And how much you want to bet that it probably rips when I go to bend that in place inside the model? Because remember that center part has to sit here, and then the rest of it is going to sit there. So it's going to make one bend and then another bend, and I'll bet you it all rips to crap. But oh well, is what it is. Like I said, I'm not fixing it. I'm just going to do my best to line it up, and it looks like I'm out of paper. There's that piece I left off before. Oh, that just shifted. That's why chickens aren't roofed. All right, let me push that up a little bit. I need to the cap on the glue. These are roughly 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5. Doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. It's all going to get cut anyway. Right? We'll put that over there. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll call it 4.5 right there. There we go. Good on that. Anybody want to take a guess at how many sheets I'll need? I'm gonna say 5. That's my guess. Oh, I just cut that one cockeyed. The knife ran on me. Did you see that? It was going straight and then went, you know. I have I've got 2 friends of mine, a guy that I work with, that I need to have a more formal conversation with. He does graffiti art, drawing graffiti art, and I want to see if I can get him to do some graffiti on some of my box cars and tank cars, and see if he can do that. I don't know if he does it at the small HO scale, so that will be neat to see. I also have a neighbor friend of mine who is into or does dioramas for comics. Not comics, like comics, not comics, superheroes. So he does like the 1/12, um, like the big, I don't know, what do you call them? Action figures. He does dioramas for those. But I was showing him some of the buildings, um, and different things that I have done, and he likes all the things that I do. Um, so I think him and I we're gonna try and find a way that we can collaborate together and do something. Um, all right, now we're gonna do one right down the center. Close this up for the day, and that's a roof. There is your center piece right there. All right. Ta-da! I don't know if I want to pick this up. I'm going to try it because I'm daring. All right, so there's the bottom. That's what it's going to look like, and it looks like I've got some relief in there, which is good. Good. I don't know if it's too good. I may wind up ripping this apart. Shift that out a little bit. All right. I don't know if that's going to fit. It doesn't look like any of that's lined up. But I don't want to fidget with it too much because I'll rip it apart. But that's a roof. That's a roof. Cut one more than you needed. Well, I cut 4 more than I needed, but that's okay. That's all right. I can't say I blame Heath. That's a roof. Yep, very observant there, Rick. Yep. Just in case you couldn't tell, that was a roof. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that dry, and then I'll pop it in there and see how it fits, and I'll make some adjustments. And then at some point or some other, probably when I get back from my trip, I will go ahead and glue it into place and let it sit there. And then the next time we do this show, what we'll work on is some weathering and possibly some extra bits and bobs and pieces of things. So we glued 3 parts together tonight. Yeah, that's it. We glued many parts together, but 3 pieces of roofing, but many sheets of paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 pieces of tar paper in case anyone was wondering. Do we use Digitrax or NCE? We are NCE over here at the Foltz Bailey Model Railroad. NCE all the way. Your hair grows pretty fast. Yes, it does. Always has. For the longest time, up until I think it was age 15 or 16, I used to go to a barber all the time, and then when I had to start paying for my own haircuts is when I realized exactly how expensive it was. So what I did from that point on was every 3 months, give or take, every couple of weeks, I would get the buzzer out and I would just crew cut it down to, the very bottom, and then let it grow out for 12 weeks, 3 months, whichever came first. And then we did it all over. And I've been doing that with my hair ever since for the last almost 30 years. So, and that will always be my style. So that's the way it goes. It grows in, goes out. Now in the winter months, I usually let it stay a little longer to keep my head warm. But definitely in the summertime, it comes off quite a few times. So may I suggest you bend the roof now before? Yeah, I was thinking that. I was thinking I should probably stand this up and put the bend in it. Yeah, I think you're right. I'm not sure if it's going to take I might have to manipulate that off camera. Yeah, it's something like that. So that's the way it's going to sit when it's in there. I may also have to go back and glue some of those down because you can see that's kind of fanning out there, and that's not going to look good. If it were a flat roof, that'd be one thing, but when you do that, everything fans out. So we'll see, but that's too extreme right there, but we'll figure that out. Oh, wrong one. Go that way. Yeah. All right. So, like I said, well, I think you wear a toupee. Now, this is mine. This is all mine. No toupee here. Nope. All mine. Comes and goes. That's it. Computer's about 5 minutes behind the cell phone. Wow. That's so weird. Do you wear lipstick or are your eyebrows always lips highlight? Wow. No, these are my naturals. Yeah, there's nothing on there. Eyebrows are always that dark. Yep. Thank you. Thank you, Sparky. Appreciate it. Rick, is your layout still being worked on, or have you gone to the bare bones of the layout, or is it good enough time to start putting scenery? I think we touched on this. I think we touch on this every single time I have a live stream. So right now there is no layout. There's no layout at all. The last layout is in pieces. It's all broken down and it's in the train room. Well, for you guys looking this way, it's in the train room. I don't have any room for it right now because the way that my wife's situation is with school. She had to move from one school to another school this year, and it turns out that she's going to be moving again next year. So rather than take all of her stuff and move it to 3 different places, she only took the bare minimum of what she needed with her this year. So a lot of her stuff is in the train room. So I took down the train room. I took down the layout because it was no longer functional for me as far as what I was envisioning and doing. But I never put it back up because my wife moved her stuff in there. So right now there is no layout. I really want to get started. I know I keep saying this. I want to get started on the shelf layout, which for you guys is going to be this layer here. So you guys will see this. So these are going to go away. These are just my project buildings. These will go away. And the layout's going to go down this way. And then it's going to hit this corner. For you, it's going to come that way. But for me, looking at it that way, because that's the green screen, it's going to go right across my desk in front here for about 10 feet. So it's just going to be a back and forth shuttle of scenery and my P5A Pennsylvania locomotive. And yeah, that's what I want. I just have to get my butt to doing it. Put it in place and let it dry on the building. Yeah, I was thinking of that, but because I left the overlapping tar paper, I can't. I mean, I could set it up there, but it'll take somewhat of the form, but not all of it. And I don't want it to glue in place because there's some glue that's oozing out. I could fight with it to get it back. I mean, I'll let it sit like that for now. I can squeeze in the rest. Good idea. Good idea. Let's hope it works. If not, at least I know who to blame. Drunk roofers. That's it. That's who I blame. No layout. Where are not so different at all? No. Yeah. I mean, at least you've got some track laid. I have no track laid. My track is all on pieces of wood that are all standing on end in the vertical position. So yeah. All right. No layout. Layout built will be 2025. Yeah, you never know. So you want to see all these buildings on layout. Check my March layout update. His buildings will be there. Yeah. Hey, listen, if you can temporarily hold them, that would be great. I would love to see them on someone's layout. Eventually, as much as see these buildings back here, some of these buildings back here, are the buildings that I built for the STS Crew. This one here is Ray's. The one behind it is Jason's. The one just to the left of that, if I can get my finger in the right place, the green one there, that's Heath's. The one that you can't see right behind, right over there, is John's building, and I have yet to build Nisi's building. I do have a building of my own. I can't remember. I think it's, which one is it? Oh, you can't see it. I took mine away. Yeah, mine's not up there. Mine I put in the back. I do have one that was mine, but I think I'm going to change it. I want something else. Rick, look, you've seen the birch layouts because they're kind of what you're talking about, small enough layouts. Yeah. I have seen, those smaller layouts that you can build. Yeah. The only problem is I have a very limited space right here where I could do something. It would be awesome if I did like an N scale layout, but as a shelf layout, because that would give me more room. But I do have the N scale coffee table, which needs to get done. I need to get working on that. I need to find time with Jerry so that we can start finishing that. I want to get that up and running. Do you have wax paper to separate the parts? Yeah, I've got some parchment paper that I could probably throw in there. That would work. Does Bachman track on the floor count as a layout? Sure. I mean, if you could put Bachman track on just a 4x8 sheet of plywood, I mean, if all you're doing is putting carpet between that and the 4x8 sheets of plywood that's on the subfloor, yes, sounds like a layout to me. I mean, I'll go with it. If you're running trains and enjoying them, yes. Yes, fair enough. Yep. So, all right, guys, with that being said, I think I'm going to sneeze first. I think it's coming. Excuse me. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end the stream here. Why not? Let's flip back over here for a second to the main camera. Thank you guys so much for hanging in with me, and I appreciate all you guys in chat with all your suggestions and comments. It's great. Let's go ahead and roll the outro and get this show wrapped up. Hey, over here, you're going to find a video of mine, and down there, you're going to find a playlist. And right below me is going to be a link for you to subscribe to the channel. Please do that. Thanks, guys. See you later.